Everyone again. My name is Fatima, and I'll be giving a presentation on the experiences of being a project coordinator. So, about myself. So, my careers like I started computer science engineering in India. So, I studied all about programming and development in different languages, and it was a whole fiesta of different experiences in the 4 years that we were there. So, there was a subject that I'll talk about later, which really helped in my job as a project coordinator. But after that, after my engineering, my career started as an IT service desk operator. Excuse me. So I qualified for the interview solely because of my communication skills, because I was able to talk and express my whatever I thought about, and it was like articulate enough to get the message through. So the like my skills is the main reason I got this job and the project that I had. After the job, there was like 2019 and then 2020. I went through an exploration phase of design. So throughout that time, I was able to see different people who started as small businesses and how views and manage and how they share their management skills. So we'll talk about that later as well. And then after that, I applied. When I came back to Kuwait, I asked the CEO of a company, a young company, about if I can be hired as a programmer. So I proposed to him if I can join as a PHP developer or an Android app developer. But he talked to me, he got to know me a little bit, and then he said that since you're an engineer, but also since you're good at communication and written skills, I think you should join as a project coordinator. And that was the turning point in my life, because this is the field that we don't really get much knowledge about. In options, it's usually about programming different languages. So this is something that could be an if you enjoy writing or so this is an option that people need to know more about, that they can also consider in their careers. So yeah, Sakiba, you can proceed with the questions and then I can answer them accordingly.
Yes, thank you for the introduction, Fatima. Nowadays, the project coordinator field is booming in the IT industry to help to resolve and complete the major projects in the industry. Mostly the project coordinators who are
Yes, yes,
assisting the project management, and they are the main reason to pile up all main milestone of the project and complete it one by one. So this job role plays a vital role in completion of the project successfully and leading the companies in a successful manner. So
true.
yes, we
Yes,
are all are very happy to join you today evening and know more about
thank
your
you.
role as a project coordinator, because this role is really needs to be explored to the community, that how important this role is in industry nowadays.
True.
We will go through
Yes.
with several questions. First, you just tell us, how do you enjoy the most about coordinating the projects?
Interacting with people always. So people is actually the main resource in development, and the developers in the CS in IT, we don't have a lot of physical resource. So the developers and the skills that they bring to the company and the software, which is also not tangible, is the main resource. So talking to people also is my favorite part, because you get to know the different cultures that they bring, the different opinions, their perspective. And it's like a colorful world. It's like everyone brings different colors. So it's like the project and the company as a whole, it is a huge art. It's art to see them and to collaborate together. That's amazing. And the
Right.
second advantage, yeah, and the second advantage is to be able to see things from a higher perspective. Like you get a bird's eye view of everything that's going on in a project. So
Right.
that is also something. It gives you a sense of responsibility, and you can decide, you have the sole power to decide how to proceed with it and how to make things better at every turn in the project.
True.
Yeah.
Okay. So while talking to people, get to know different culture, how to respond to them, and
Yes.
how the managers best encourage you and motivate you upon this communication.
So what the manager does is, the main thing that the manager does is to make sure that what the project coordinator is doing is going according to client requirements, the scope. So
Hmm.
while the manager is taking updates from the project coordinator about progress or project status, what the manager can do is give insights. And the insights meaning, okay, you're doing good here, but you're not doing so well over there. So what you can do is reorganize your tasks, or
Hmm.
make changes in your schedule, or even maybe change a member in the development team. Like he has a strong suite in this, so let's shift him to another team. All of this can be like a very good contribution from the project manager. So yeah.
Okay, great. It's about only that you are giving communication and this assistance to the development team, or there is a other role as well.
There are other roles as a project coordinator.
Yeah.
You have project coordinator, and also in countries there is also scrum masters that we call it. So project coordinator
Right.
term
Yes.
is only restricted to few countries. So we have different words, and I
Hmm.
did not find any availability for project coordinators in or product owner, scrum master, team lead. All have very job roles, which here as a project coordinator we cover as an umbrella. So
Right.
yeah, this was your question, right?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, moving to our next question. Great to know about your Fatima, about your communication style, which I get to know. Explain any extra quality in your communication style, which work best with the development team.
Okay, so team spirit. Like as a team worker, you need to have the ability to cooperate with different kinds of people. So, and plus, I'm also enthusiastic. So, you can be friendly and optimistic, and you can push no matter what the progress, like as a joint team. So, that, like,
Mm-hmm.
I think the main quality of mine is a team worker.
Great. You have number of tasks. You have communication. You have to do scheduling, budgeting, and coordination with the development team. How you
Yeah.
prioritize your tasks?
So there are two ways to prioritize your tasks, like the urgency and the importance. So the highest urgency and highest importance takes the top level of priorities, but
Mm-hmm.
also the thing in a generally agile environment, and almost all development companies and teams are now agile. That means
Right.
you are in constant communication with the client. The client's requirements are always changing. Like
Yes.
today, like in one development scenario, you have been implementing Facebook ads, and then suddenly the client says, wait a second, Facebook ads is not trending anymore, I want integration into Instagram as well and Snapchat as well. So these updates come at any point in your development. So you continuously have to be um, updating every day, and your priorities change every day, almost every day.
So
So
how you
yeah,
record these changes means there is a scope of work in the beginning, and then
yes.
suddenly on daily basis the requirements gone change by the client. How you record these changes, and how
So
these changes would be the priorities while implementing the development.
as when a client proposes something, if it adheres to the rules of the scope, suppose the integration was supposed to happen, they just change the platform and it takes the same amount of time and resource, so it's not a problem, there's no learning curve. But
Hmm.
if it is something which is beyond scope, and since I work personally in a small company, so in a small company it's direct communication with the CEO and the manager, so they also have a say with the client on how to proceed with the project. Either you decline or you move forward with your request. And yes,
Right.
your question about reporting to multiple levels of authority, that does get complicated, and the main issue is time consuming. If you're spending your time in reporting, you're spending less time executing project management.
Yeah.
So
Right.
you have
True.
to have very regular meetings, get them all on board, and discuss the common project status with everyone. And then they can
Right.
pitch in the time of the daily stand up or the meetings.
Right. Great. Okay, Fatima. Now, moving to our next question. You're most of the time you are working on the communication, organizing, and just focusing on the project. So, what next ambition you have? Moving your excelling your career in the same way or in some other specific direction?
To be honest, I really enjoy my job right now, but there's always something to look forward to and to aim higher for. So, yes, being a project manager is my next goal, a higher goal. And
Okay.
the thing is, being a project manager does not only reflect in your career life. So, if you're able to
Yeah.
manage things smoothly, you can also manage things in your personal business, or if you have a startup, and then you can implement and execute your own ideas as well. So it is really
Yeah.
something I'm looking forward to. Yes.
Yeah. Management
Like,
skills definitely could help not only on the profession and your personal lives as well. So definitely,
exactly.
good luck for your career goals as well.
Thank you.
What
Thank
is
you.
your ideal working environment, Fatima? What is your because currently you're working in IT industry.
Yes,
Do you
yes.
have any experience in another domain? And what is if yes, what is your ideal working environment?
The work environment, the main factor of a work environment is your colleagues. So the
Mm-hmm.
colleagues, they should be able to be a bit playful, and like playful in the sense they should enjoy their own work as well. So
Mm-hmm.
when everyone is collaborative, everyone is able to communicate properly, that also is a huge impact on how the project coordinator can collaborate with them. And besides that, I also feel like there should be the freedom to take breaks and to refresh, like take a short walk for like 5 minutes and everything, because sometimes the pressure of work gets intense. And when you're really under pressure, the performance speaks for itself. So there should be a balance. And the balance comes when you are able to work hard and take breaks as well.
True, definitely. Okay, Fatima, till now, what your expertise have, please share your expert tips for the pieces for effective tools, anything you are using, or your preferences, how you can balance with these.
So you mean the qualities that a project coordinator should have, right?
Yeah, your expert tips, which could help us. Any effective
So
tools
my
you are using, from there you have some expertise. If you can share your some expert tips, it would help the audience.
okay, so there are some platforms that we use that really help with the smooth flow of whatever you're doing. So there is Jira. Jira is a platform, and it is very professional. But what I
Hmm.
realized is Jira assists not project coordinator, but everyone involved in the team. So even stakeholders, if everything through Jira, you're able
Mm.
to track your backlogs. There are status reports of what's going on so far, and anything, you know how to use the platform. And then there are easier levels. If you're new to this, Jira might be overwhelming for you. So there are platforms like if you download Meister Task. Task is also good and very colorful to the eye. So you can always start with something
Yeah,
like Meister Task or Trello.
right. Any challenges you have faced and how you have dealt with them? Just share your experience.
That we face is deadlines. And what I mean by deadlines is when you do not schedule your tasks correctly. So if a task was supposed to be done in a week, but we did it for like 3 to 4 days, this should be done in 3 to 4 days. Happens
Mm-hmm.
is the actual schedule, the whole project timeline shifts. So there should be like a good knowledge of what to expect, and that comes with experience actually. And everyone has to pitch in together. So even when you're scheduling, sometimes we also discuss with the developer to get their view as well on how much time it would take for them, because it depends. Even developers
Right.
are different, and depending on their capability we have to schedule things. So yeah, the challenge is scheduling. And there's also another term which is scope creep. Scope creep happens when you go for meetings with the client. The scope has already been decided, but the client adds new features, and you are not aware that these features are actually huge changes in the project.
Right.
So that also comes with lack of communication. So what you need to do is to be in touch with the project manager and to always make sure that you're
Yeah. So if such scope creeps happen not only for the lack of communication, but for example, some delays happen, and clients wanted to mitigate these
yes,
delays due to the scope creep, would it happen to you?
yes, it
So you
happens a
have
lot.
to adjust it.
The client
Yeah, you
and
have to adjust.
yes, two things that happen when the they always propose new scope,
Yeah.
actually inevitable. But after you consult with the project manager, you always have to be in touch, you have to consult. The project manager will know and will decide whether you either accept this because it's doable or it is in alignment with what we are already doing, or you talk
Right.
back to the client and you communicate with them of how it's not possible. It's a whole cycle. You go back to them, they
Right.
approve, you come back. Yeah.
That's very true. Great. What you think are the best qualities you are attaining to achieve the project management career?
I think it's about being able to manage things on time. The main quality is to be able to, it's like a balance, but instead of just two scales, it has 10 scales. And you're balancing all of those 10 scales based on their priorities, their urgency, their deadline. So
Great.
it's like a web of interconnected things.
So you are thinking that the presentation and the time management is the best quality which can lead you to approaching the project management career. Anything else? Any experience which any project which can definitely help our audience to make the difference in the project
All
coordination field?
organization you by
No, no, within the IT scope or even other than IT.
hello.
Hello,
um
can you hear me?
I think internet issues. We've lost Fatima for
Yeah.
a little bit. It's okay. We'll wait a couple of seconds and then we'll finish.
Yes. Meanwhile, she could join and let me introduce myself and some of my expertise in my career life to
We'd love
you,
that. Thank you.
to our audience. My name is Sakiba Salman. I am IT manager in Media Fund Plus. It's a small company, IT company in the industry. I am in the career of software engineering since 12 years and working as a project manager since 7 years in my career. The project management is the field you can say which can bond whole software engineering area. Yes, Fatima, welcome back. So I'm just introducing myself and also my career line to the audience, which could help to streamline the project coordination and the project management, the next level you wanted to achieve. Project management is basically, you can say, is the bond for the whole IT company. So if because the main goal of any IT firm is to deliver a successful project at the end of the day, you can say, and this all depends on the project manager. 7 years of my project management career, I'm facing the issue of you can say the coordination, the complete coordination, which can definitely leads to the successful milestone. If any single bit of the coordination is missed between the client and the company, yes, you can say that this milestone must face a issue, or it could be in a critical situation at the end of day. So yes, the coordination is the main factor of having the successful project management. That's why this booming career of project coordination is really required in the industry. Project management contains, you can say, every aspect of the project, and project coordination, you can say, is the subset of these tasks. Every task need must have the project proper coordination. So yes, this is design, development, testing, deployment. So if you have to cover all these features, these each phase in a project development, project implementation, you must have a good project coordinator which can coordinate you well on each phase of the project. And through from the, you can say, in the beginning of the project management field, I have done 7 phases, not the 6 phases of the software engineering. Any project analysis, design, development, testing, deployment, and after this maintenance as well. Along
maintenance.
with these, I have done parallel the project coordination, which could makes the project manager job really tough. If you have to consider every phase of the project and along with the coordination, it's a 20, you can't say it's a 24/7 job, it's a 48/7 job.
True.
Project management and the coordination, really it makes your burden doubled. Project coordination position nowadays in the industry, it it really lessens your burden. For the project manager, it's, you can say, it's a piece of cake for them for now. You have complete coordination with you, yes, now to excelling in their career, it's really helpful to have the proper coordination. So it's not, you can say, it's a very responsible job. The coordination is very responsible because are you must be a good listener. So yes, good listening makes this job role perfect. In that way, you have to listen client and you have to listen manager and you have to listen the developers. In all these things, the coordination is the key role. As
Yes,
a
true.
project manager, yes, I faced these challenges in the beginning and we mitigate now this with the role of project coordinator. makes our job little easier. But it's not there, and you have to excel as a project coordinator, need to excel to the project manager position. Project manager needs to excel in the program manager and the portfolio manager. Yes, every post, every job role must have few challenges which can stop them to move to the next level. So this field, you can say, you can enjoy your work if you have your supportive duties done well. If the
Yes.
supportive duties not done properly, this job would be, you can say, a complete burden on you. You are
Yeah.
responsible for the success if you are also the responsible of failure as well.
Yeah.
So this is a big responsibility on you. And no doubt else you enjoy this career opportunity as a project manager, as a project coordinator, as a program manager, if the things are done in an aligned way, in the timely manner, with the responsibility. And it's not like every field have the different priorities, you can say. But for the project manager, the priorities are dependent on the other fields. You are
Yes.
dependent on every other role. First of
Yeah.
all, should say
Yes.
every role has their job, but project management role are the dependent on the other roles. If we need to get the output from the other roles, which is really a big challenge I have faced and I'm facing. A person who has to done or give guarantee to their job is easy, but if the person have to give the guarantee of other roles job, this is the main challenge I face in the project management role. So yes, you should be very analytic, you should be very problem solving, you should be very polite in that, and you should be very good having communication skills to keep all the things done and align and provide your best output, your super ordinance. Yes, for sure. And I'm enjoying my work. Yes, I need some supportive roles in that. If they are good, this job role is, I think so, the perfect at the top. Even not the program manager. Yes, the project, you feel good, you feel enjoyed if you have the plus output. Because if you are responsible for failure and if you are responsible for success, your your tone is different at the end. Good results definitely makes you proud at the end of day. So yes,
Yes.
every role has plus minuses, but at the end, if you have the positive, if you have the plus in the result, I think so. The project management manager is the most proud person at the end of the day. Yes, my project's been
Exactly.
done.
Exactly.
Yes,
Especially when a project is finished, see
yes,
different parts of the project, and you say, "I tested this. I helped with
yes,
this. All this." It's
exactly.
really rewarding.
And every rule in every phase, you can say if some loopholes left, I think so. It's the project manager who has to fill these loopholes. If analysis is
Yes.
not done properly, you can't say it's not done. You have to complete the remaining part. If the
Yes.
implementation is not complete, you have to make it complete because analytical skills are very important to lead this role. You should be that analytic. If any phase
Yes.
left some loopholes, you should make it complete. Testing, if it's not done properly, you can't rely on the testing result. You should at the end finally find these problems at your end as well. And these loopholes needs to be complete by the project
Hmm.
manager in the coordination. Anyways, we enjoyed discussion with you, Fatima. We really appreciate your efforts in the field of project coordination, and we wish you all the best for excelling your career. And meanwhile, to our audience, this is my message that yes, project coordination, project management is one of the good field, excelling field in the field of IT. You can say that there are many developers. You can found many developers, but implementers, we need such teams. The industry requires such implementers who can utilize these human resources very well manner. So only this field can excel your skills, and everybody who are in the same pace and interested in this field, yes, they should be very good implementer. Industry need implementers rather than who are implementing, because everyone can implement, but they are very less who are making these implementers in the right direction to provide the result and the output.
Sahiba,
uh,
hi.
yes.
Sorry to interrupt. I
No
wanted
problem.
to just say if we can open questions and answers for everybody, and
Yes.
you can just unmute yourself to talk. And I'll go ahead with one first question if you don't mind. So,
No
because we've got
problem, all
two
questions are welcome.
experts in the room, project management and project coordination, we wanted to just know if takeaways for early careers, people who want to jump into that. From your perspective, what should they do? Where should they be looking? What should they be pitching? What skills should they be learning? Um, and probably a bit of self promotion when it comes to job interviews in those areas. If Fatima can go first and then Tariba.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, if you're applying for a project coordinator position, the number one skill that you need to have is your spoken and written skills. So, basically, your communication and how you put your ideas forward. So, I have a presentation. Like in the presentation, there's a diagram. In software engineering, the subject, we have something called as UML diagrams. And to understand a software system, we make separate diagrams. There's a use case diagram, data flow diagram. That's a whole different subject. So we need to know the core basics of the subject, because that subject provides you an overview of what happens in an organization, not just as an implementer, like Mrs. Sakiba said, but as the person who helps the implementation of all of these things. So, yes, like in IT, especially in software, software engineering and object-oriented software engineering, you should know that if you enjoy that, you are definitely gonna do good in this field. And yes, communication skills. And also, if there are tools that you want to use, like I said, Meister Task and any kind of, there are lots. There is also Notion. So there are so many out there where and they are for free. So all you can do is just like download the application on your desktop, and you can start using, practice how to organize tasks, how it works in bigger organizations. Like bigger organizations usually use Jira, because Jira has, it has sprints, it has different sections, different development teams have different logins, and they can update their tasks. It's a whole different thing. So yes, we can start with Meister Task. We can also, when you're applying for jobs, um, make sure that you add your experience and your hobbies as a writer, or something along the lines of how you're able to communicate and solve problems. In your cover letter, definitely include things on how you used your analytical skills, or how you solved a problem using your problem solving skills. That will go very far in boosting your applications.
Thank you, Fatima, for this tips. As per my experience, any initials who want to join this career as a project manager, I would recommend that go with some free certifications of fundamentals of project management. These are free, you have, and these are not that which needs some prerequisites of project management field. These free initial fundamental of project management certification would help you to really get easily into this career as a project coordinator. Yes, I'm not talking about the project management, program management. Project coordination is the initial of this career. Business analyst is the initial of this career. So if you have some basics fundamental of project management certification with you in your CV, it really make your 99% chances higher than the other applications, I must say. Because I'm gone through with this HR process. My first uh, preference to those resumes who must have some project management certifications, along
Okay.
with their analytical skills, along with their tools which they have used. As a so business analyst, you can say, is the good job which you could start with this career. Project coordination is the good job you can start with this career. Along with this certification, go through with some simple free tools for the project management, scheduling, budgeting, or even the small task management. If you don't have the team management right now, you are in the right now doing job as a developer, doing job as an analyst, graphic designer, whoever. If you are in your current career of these job roles and wanted to switch to the project management, try to manage your current job responsibility or work using these simple tools which can be available. You can use Trello, you can use Asana, which is freely available, and you can manage your current work or milestones using that. If you are organized your current job using these tools, it will definitely present as a portfolio for your resume, that yes, currently you are working with these tools. You can really be helpful for any other organization with the more challenging tool, of course. So try with these free tools, having some certifications on fundamental project management. And
Yes.
also, exactly, just whatever you are doing work as a freelance, as a, just add your projects and your practical work in your resume. It's really important. Along with these tools, with the certifications, yes, the main skill you must have is your presentation skill and communication skill. Your skills to be learned. How, if you are you having the learning skills, you can attain, you can say everything. If you are presenting yourself in a way, you are good learner, you are a good project manager, you are a good manager as well. So learning, along with the tools, along with the basic certification, with the good confidence, can easily make you achievable for this career.
Right.
Yes, if anybody have any question, you are open to do any question, any experience you want, any tip you really want, which can make help or which I can help you. Or if personally you wanted to, you can. I will write my question email address as well, which can help everyone if they wanted to get some tips on this tool or any help.
We have Mr. Muhammad with his microphone open. You have a
Yes, I
question?
was about to ask a question as well. It's to all of you. So I do work in an organization which is currently, uh, well, my organization and my team also does require a project coordinator in our day-to-day work. I don't work in the IT field, but I do have I'm a mechanical engineer. And so the reason I joined this talk was because in our team, the Scrum way of working and quite a lot of different IT project management techniques are being implemented in our team, such as Agile or Safe or whatnot. Uh, what I wanted to ask is, like, for me, as someone outside of IT project coordination or management, to me, as a complete novice in the field, I would like to know how or what exactly are in at least in the IT field, what exactly are the strong traits that you would look for candidates in who are applying as a project coordinator? Because uh, at the moment, we as a team see that for a good project coordinator, someone who can, let's say, plan. Planning is a good requirement, but I would like to know how maybe it would differ in the IT field as well.
Yes, Mohammed. Uh, if what I wanted to know, what is your background, yani, which domain you were working before, and suddenly you have to switch to the IT.
Switch to the IT. I was planning to switch to the IT department domain. I
Mhm.
was working as a mechatronics design engineer. So
Okay.
we did a lot of integration, project integration, and also development. So it's much more of a whole different field. But
Yes.
what we had
No.
a scrum
But
master in our team. That's what I meant.
okay. But as you know, you told me that you work with the design things, you have some integration as well. It means you have the strong technical skills. This is what I meant. You have the strong technical skills, and if you are moving with the great communication, because communication will help you a lot to understand and to clear up the person's requirement. And if you are clear about the requirements, it makes you confident to schedule the things, it makes you confident to provide the timelines. So the communication with the clear requirement, and as you have the technical background as well, all these traits will help you to boom in your career, no doubt. So don't be confused. Be a good communication, very clear communication. What XYZ you wanted to know, just write it down. First thing is the first meeting with the client. You have to write ABC of everything, even if you don't understand the words, you don't understand the requirements clearly. Just write, be a good listener, and write everything. Prepare the proper MOMs. Based on then, you can have analysis at your free time, craft all these discussion, and then you can write plans on that based on that, because it's not about you are just discussing with the client. You have to portray or discuss this complete discussion with your team as well. Once you have the discussion with your internal team, then you will be refined with your plans. So yes, I would suggest that yes, you must be a good listener. Record everything what communication you and your client have, and it would help you to discuss with your team internally in the organizations. And this team will also craft you. Maybe you have just the points, but your team would craft you. No, this is requirement, this is 1 2 3 required in this point, this is 1 2 3 required in this point. So you make your points more elaborated, more detailed after the discussion with the internal team. So what is the main thing in this coordination, in this project coordination job, is the good listener and the good recorder of each and everything. Once you have the complete details and everything with you, you are good with the scheduling, you are good with the time management, and normally you will find all the free tools which can help you very easily to create the project plans, to create the schedules, to develop the timelines. It will be very easy. So I wish you all for this career, but there is no challenge in this for you right now, because you are good in the design. If you are have a good technical skills, you are good to go with the coordination at the beginning. It will help you or
I see.
easily excel you in this career.
Thank you so much.
Did you have any insights, Fatma?
I was just thinking about how, if you are coordinating a project, you need to know about the organization and your own company as a whole and what it is capable of doing. So I was reading a blog written by Tim Denning, and he said that take notes. And this is something that is just a prerequisite as a project coordinator. Like, take notes no matter what. Like Mrs. Sakiba said, even if you don't understand. So in the beginning, I had a hard time understanding what the developers said. They would say something like API is not passing the parameters. So in the beginning, it was very complicated, but the one trick to be able to understand more is to take notes and then ask questions afterwards. Just keep asking questions, keep learning, and take notes. The more you take notes, you will know what you don't know. If you don't take notes, it will just be forgotten after the meeting or the stand up. That's it. But yes, this is a very key quality to have as a coordinator. You need to do that.
True.
I think we're
Anyone
good to
else?
wrap up, Sahiba.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I have
And
a presentation. So I'll
yes,
just show
please
that
go
here.
through with this. Yes, please, Fatima, you can
Yes, yes.
continue with your presentation.
I'll share
We
my
have a quick
screen.
go through with the Fatima's experience.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Not now, you could share. Yes.
So we already discussed of what a project coordinator does. So, this is just a short summary to be able to make the project management smoother. So, what they do is schedule meetings, budget, project plan, all of that. So, this was the subject that I was talking about, which is software engineering. And these are the left one is a use case diagram, and the right one is a flow chart. And flow charts are used in every field, even mechanical, electrical. If you want to know more about your project, you will make these kind of flow charts for anything. So this is taught in software engineering, and I think the more pictorial your idea is, like if you have a proposal, the more diagrams you make and the more visually understandable it is, the smoother it gets for the rest of the development team. The developers know exactly how it's done. Everything like the parameter passing and programming and everything gets better if this is set in stone. This needs to be grounded well. So this one, in the next, this is the terminologies of what a project coordinator is or what they are capable of. So on top, like Mr. Sakib already mentioned, business analyst. So as a project coordinator, you have two ways of going forward. So it is either as a business analyst or a project manager. A project manager is someone who the project coordinator reports to, and the business analyst is someone who scopes the market on what we are capable of doing and what we can do within the scope. In this slide, there is a product owner on top and a scrum master below that. So the scrum master works with the development team to fulfill the requirements that are prioritized by the product owner. So here, as a project coordinator, what we do is do the role of a product owner and a scrum master and business analyst all together. So these are the things that you can choose. If you're really interested in one thing like research, you can go into business analysis. And if you love being with people and being a people person, you can be a scrum master. Then these are the qualities required, which has been discussed. Would like to end the talk on showing this video because as you see this video, this is actually a game that I play often and it reminds me of my job. This is an app called Lumosity. It is a brain training game. So I'd really like you guys to see this video and enjoy it a little bit. And you'll have an almost accurate feeling of what it feels like to be a project coordinator every day. So I'll just play this now. So yeah, like this is just a small preview of what it is like, and yes, it is very stressful as you can see in the video. Your mind
Yeah,
is just everywhere,
yeah,
but that is our everyday.
Yeah,
And
because you have lots of job in your tunnel and you have to finish it one by one. This is as not only the project coordination, this is the coordination in the life as well.
yes,
And
yes, true.
this project management field is really relevant to the whole life management, you can say. It is the subset of life, the projects. You are
Yes,
human beings are managing life, so anybody could have the skills of project management, no doubt. It's not that challenging. It's only based on the will and your need and your curiosity about this field. So, very many thanks to Fatima to share your experience. Everyone who joins us, thanks. May I hope that this communication, this chat, could help and resolve most of your queries. Still, if you have to ask as many questions as you want, then Fatima, you could share your email as well in the chat in the question and answer session. I have already shared
yes.
my email, and everyone who wanted to join this career, wish you all the best, and very great good evening again to everyone. Thank you. I'm closing this session by this ending now. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.